Hello and welcome to Civil Studios. Today we'll be talking about the Primavera P6 interface. Okay, let's get our first login into Primavera P6 Professional. Now you may have logged into Primavera P6 already. However, I want to just take a minute to talk about what are the things on the login screen. So on the login screen, really the thing I want to bring your attention to is the database area. Within the database area, you can pick which database Primavera P6 will log into. Now, in some environments, there are lots of databases, while in most of the cases, for those who are running standalone installs on your laptops or home computers, probably you just have one database here, and that works really well. But I want to turn your attention to this to let you know that if you ever need to log on in different database, just simply click on this, any one of this, and choose which one you want to log into. Okay, let's get a password in there and let's do our first login. And we're in. In this video, I logged into Primavera Professional P6 R16.1, and some of you may be using an earlier version of Primavera. However, you may be working in the version 7 or version 6. If you're working with the earlier version, the screen may look a little bit different than my screen. However, the buttons are essentially the same, and the features of the tools are essentially the same as well, so there's no worries there. When you first log into Primavera, you usually end up on the last screen that you were on when you exited. If this is the first time you've logged in, you may end up on this screen, or you may end up on this project screen. On this project screen here. If you are not on this project screen, let's get you there. You can use the buttons on the left hand side of your screen in the very top one, or the one with the file folder will take you here to the project window. Primavera is divided into a number of what we call screens or windows. Each screen focuses on a different area of project management. So in this video, we will take you around and show you many of these different screens. Now let's start with the project screen. As we dive into the project screen, let's learn a little bit about the screen layout at the same time. The project screen is where you can see all the projects in your enterprise database. Like these are the projects in your enterprise database. They may be grouped into some sort of categories or whatnot, but all the entries here with a little file icon next to it is essentially a file project in Primavera. A little bit of how the screen is set up. In Primavera, the screen is often divided into different sections, which each section focusing on a different type of data. On this project screen, we have this list of activities in column type data. This one almost looks like a spreadsheet here on the top left. On the far right hand side, we have our Gantt chart, which is a picture, and we all love pictures, so there's a wonderful Gantt chart. Screen is also divided into top and bottom halves or sections. On the bottom section, we are shown many of these tabs. With the project screen, you will see these. This is our Gantt chart, and these are our projects. Now the bottom half shows us a lot of tabs. here is how it works. The bottom section is called as the detail view, and as I highlight a particular entry up here in my spreadsheet list, we see details about that project on the bottom section. Each tab again focuses on a different topic or a different type of information. So I have a general tab here, this one, a dates tab somewhere here, where I can see important dates information about the project. A notebook tab, we can see in the dates tab we have plan date, data date, actual start, finish, anticipated starts and finishes. And then the notebook tab. In the notebook tab where I can see note information about the project like this one, and then many more tabs which we can explore a little bit later. These are the notebook tabs. There are notes, you can write some notes on this part, and these are the notes. And then a lot more tabs: spending plans, budget log, budget summary, etc. So we will dive into them a little bit later. Okay, let's take some time to explore some other screens in Primavera. To get around to the many different screens, we'll use the buttons on the directory bar. That's the toolbar on the left hand side of your screen. Each button should take you to a different screen. Let's go to this icon with the mail with having a little head and see where it takes us. It takes us to the resources screen. The resources screen is where I can set up and manage other resources that will be assigned to the project in Primavera. We just notice the layout again. Very similar screen with the project screen, in that I have a list of in the top half, then I have the tabs in the bottom half. We're not going to dive into all the different aspects of the screen. I just wanted to help you understand how to get around right now. Let's have a look at the different screens. The next button, if I hover over it, if we go, it will take us to the report screen. This is called the reports button. As you probably are guessing, this is where we can build and run reports about our project. These are the different reports which are already have been written about different projects. Awesome, very handy place to go to. What about all these other buttons on the directory bar? We will talk about them later on the next videos. In the next video, we'll open a project and we'll explore some of the additional screens that are not available to us right now. I'll see you in the next video.